Hey everyone, it's Nicole and welcome to my channel. If you're a new subscriber, I'm not sure how interested you will be in this video, and if you follow me for a while, you probably noticed that I don't talk about a lot of personal things on this channel, on the internet in general, if you also follow me on Twitter. The reason for this is I hate being vulnerable on the internet, and I do hate being vulnerable in general, but today I wanted to talk about three very sensitive topics for me that either people asked me about in the past, people that I met through this channel, or some of my other friends who know that I have a channel. The first topic is the least embarrassing, so I'm going to start with it as a warm-up. I am often asked how much I'm making on YouTube. And I'm not a person who's at all uncomfortable talking about money. My family has a very healthy relationship with money, and so do I because of it, probably. I'm one of these people that will readily tell you how much I make at my job, even if you are my colleague. I know that the HR departments are usually very against that, but the only thing that they're trying to achieve with this type of a request is saving their asses, because every time I shared my salary with one of my colleagues that had the same job, either them or I made more for no reason at all, just because we were hired at different times. And through the years I experienced so many unjust things at jobs that it gets on my nerves, and I'm definitely never going to try to make the employer's life easier. When it comes to YouTube, it is definitely a different ballgame, because it is kind of a self-employment situation. But also there is this entity, Google/YouTube, that is paying you money. Everyone is paid differently on YouTube for reasons that are not completely clear. I've heard about all kinds of figures and data that YouTube collects to determine how much they're going to pay you for showing advertising on your videos. It's not only the matter of how much the brand paid to be showcased on people's videos, it's also about your personal channel statistics. There's a very interesting video that Murphy did recently. I'm going to link her channel. She literally just showed how much she makes on YouTube and showed a lot of interesting analytics. I highly recommend to check it out if you're interested in how much YouTubers or booktubers make and what plays into it. When it comes to me specifically, I am not monetizing my videos, not because I don't want to, but because I am not eligible for the YouTube Partner Program. What people forget or assume every person that has more than 1,000 subscribers has already is the other requirement. Every channel that is eligible for YouTube Partner Program has to have 4,000 hours of view time in the last 12 months. And my channel doesn't have that, which I usually avoid telling to people because it's a little embarrassing. What it means is that I have subscribers who are not that interested in my content. Of course, when I think about it, it doesn't make me especially happy, but it also means that I'm just bad at it, which is soul-crushing really, because since I don't really get the feedback what is wrong, I can't fix it. Maybe it's the accent thing, maybe it's the fact that I got fatter through the years, maybe it's because I'm not wearing makeup, maybe it's because my voice is annoying, maybe it's because I don't talk fast enough, maybe it's because my videos are too long, maybe it's because I'm boring, maybe it's because, I don't know, it can be anything. People are just not interested. And the problem is, it's very hard to get people's attention back if they checked out your channel, watched some of your videos. It is now in their memory that your videos suck. And changing someone's opinion about you or about stuff that you create is so difficult. The process is becoming even harder with each change that is introduced into the YouTube algorithm. Everyone likes to talk about YouTube algorithm because it is such a deeply upsetting thing. No one knows how to beat it, truly. Some people think that they found a way, but in my opinion, they just got lucky. Because YouTube algorithm is truly, in my opinion, the biggest conundrum of our time. And I don't think that anyone got close enough to guess it yet. In the past 2 years, I've invested a lot of money into my channel. The camera that I'm filming, I fully spent my whole salary on it. I bought this new fancy lens a year ago. I bought this lights that thankfully were quite cheap. And I literally just bought myself a microphone. This is truly a lot of money. I cannot give you the amount because I have to count it and I'm not really good at math. What I'm trying to say is that I've put a lot of money into this venture. Not a lot of people can afford to do this, and I acknowledge that. What was actually interesting about this and gives me a lot of shame is that the amount of money that I received from my YouTube channel is only covering half of the money I paid for my Canon camera. This is a fact that I don't like admitting to other people, because when they hear that I have a YouTube channel, I'm trying to not disclose this information, but most of my close friends know about it. When they ask about how much money I make, I literally suck myself back into my shell, because for some reason it feels like I failed at something. Because no matter how many times I'll tell them that it's a hobby, or how many times I tell this to myself, I still feel like it was a project and I was not able to deliver it. This is one of my biggest hurts about Booktube, which is not that huge, I believe. Some people have bigger issues, obviously. And sometimes I feel better about this because it's truly a hobby and I have other things to be proud of. I just get so upset about it. It's so stupid and I'm embarrassed to admit it out loud. A lot of people say that on Booktube the numbers don't matter, and when it comes to the numbers of subscribers, I don't think they do as much. But what hurts me the most is the lack of engagement. What it tells me is that I suck, and I never liked sucking. Sometimes I also look at my analytics and I see that things are getting better, and then they get worse again. Because of the wretched algorithm, I've noticed if I miss 2 videos from one of the creators I follow, the next video I just don't see. And that is very suspect. I don't understand why they're doing it. A lot of people follow too many people, they cannot watch everyone. But it also puts a lot of pressure on the creators to post only videos that they know are going to do well. So the most requested videos, or the most controversial videos, or videos that take a lot of effort. And it is exhausting thinking that one mistake can set you back so far. Is exhausting. I truly don't know if I'm going to post this video, because even talking about it makes me feel so bad about myself. The next thing that I want to talk about is much more personal and harder to even bring up. I want to warn you that I'm going to talk about body image and looks and weight, and if it's something that triggers you, you should not watch it, or you should prepare yourself, I guess. I was never the type of girl who diets. I was never the type of girl who hates her body or hates how she looks, and I never had issues with that. I believe because I always had a healthy idea of what bodies look like, and that everything that we see in the magazines is a fake. My mother was very adamant in keeping me safe from people that try to bully me about my looks, my weight, my personality, other things about me. And I'm very grateful to her for that, because she is a fantastic mother. Without it, I wouldn't be as confident as I am now. Though I have to admit that being on YouTube fucked up my idea of what I look like tremendously. So 5 years ago, I was much thinner. It is just a fact. I've gained 8 kilos in the past 2 years. And it happened quite quickly, and it was such an unstoppable force. I ate like I normally. I don't eat that much, to be honest, and I don't eat foods that you would generally think of as unhealthy. So fast food, fast drinks, anything of the sorts. I love sweets, but I'm not overeating sweets. I'm also not binge eating. I do not categorize it healthy or good food and unhealthy and bad food, because I don't think it's helpful. But even I felt the prey of social media of sorts. I've never looked at other girls and thought that I want to have their bodies. I always loved my body. I think I'm attractive. I also want to mention that I don't want to take space from fat women and body positivity movement, because it is not the movement that was created for me, and I acknowledge that. I do think that my looks are socially accepted and viewed as pretty. I have blonde hair and blue eyes, and I have a round face that some people consider to be pleasant. I don't really like it. And I do have all my teeth, which are not also straight, because people here don't care that much about dentistry as in the US. All the American people have such perfect teeth. Sometimes I wonder if they're all real, because they look like veneers, and putting veneers while you're young and have decent teeth is such a questionable decision, because it's better to have your teeth. I'm definitely not fit. I don't have a flat stomach. I don't even want to have it, to be honest. I have a nice ass and I have some boobs. I'm quite short though, so I'm not model tall, but in general I would say that I'm pretty and people consider me to be pretty. But when I look back to my older videos, they make me feel not bad, but wistful in a way that I cannot fight yet. I'm trying to do that. It resulted in me developing very unhealthy behaviors, such as counting calories and picking food that I know I'm not going to like because people say that it's healthy, which is something I intellectually was always against. I know that it's a dangerous behavior. I know that it's not helpful. I know that it's something that you can get addicted to, the sense of control over your body, and it's not good. I know that it's not good. Last summer I even decided to go to the gym. And I have nothing against the gym. I think that exercise is important for the body and definitely is not going to hurt your body. But when people go to the gym 4 and 5 times a week, it's an issue. They're trying to modify their body. It's not as crazy as going under the knife. But if they're not an athlete and it's not their job, it's a sign of something. Some people truly enjoy exercise. They like running, they like being active because it makes their headspace better. But what I've noticed in my friends that are going to the gym religiously is that they're not doing it to clear their mind. They're doing it because they've seen a 𝕊𝕆ℎ𝕀𝔸𝕃 image and suddenly their perfectly normal stomach is not perfectly normal to them. They want abs. It is clearly them being self-conscious. It is clearly not being able to fend off images that are not good for you. Gym culture is very popular. It grew out of the diet culture, which is a complete mess, and I don't like this. But I went to the gym, and after 4 training sessions, I just realized that gym makes me unhappy. It makes me feel miserable. I don't like it. I'm very active, I walk everywhere, and I like walking, but I don't like artificial training. I don't like using tools to exercise. I love dancing. I am an ex-dancer. I love music. I love movement, but I hate the gym. I don't want to say that the gym made me feel insecure, because it didn't, but it just felt like a waste of time. I looked into the dead eyes of people that went to the gym religiously and clearly didn't know why they're going to the gym so much, and I decided to quit it. And now when I'm feeling down about my looks, I'm trying to avoid my older videos. I just don't watch them, because intellectually I understand that our bodies are going to change. It is something that I knew growing up. I knew that I'm going to have bigger boobs and bigger ass. I knew that my body is going to look different. It's just something that you have to accept. Humanity had not invented the pill of eternal youth yet, and I truly think we're never going to. We're going to continue to alter our looks with plastic surgery. We're going to continue to ruin ourselves for the sake of vanity. But at the end of the day, nature is always going to win, because nature is much more powerful than us. At this point, I just have to accept that this is my new body, this is my new weight, and for some time, this is going to be how I look like. I'm getting very dry. And I think I ate all my lipstick. The third issue is going to be very short. I've been asked a lot by people in my life that are watching my channel occasionally or know that I have a channel. They always want to know if my family watches my channel, or if my employer is watching my channel, or my colleagues. And no, my parents do know about me having a channel. They are not into YouTube though, so they are not watching. They're pretty old, so they're not into social media in general. And my coworkers don't know that I have a channel, which is a blessing because I don't want them to. I don't want to censor myself. And with a lot of people that I know in real life, I would have to censor myself, and that would suck. it would suck all the fun out of having this channel. I don't want them to know. If I wanted to know them on this level, if I wanted to tell them things that I'm saying on this channel freely, I would have. But there are reasons why they don't know a lot of stuff about me, and this reason is I don't trust them. I don't trust a lot of people, to be honest. I do have friends that know a lot of stuff about me. They know about my sexuality. They do know that I have this channel. They're not that interested in books, so they don't watch me, and that's fine too. I would love to have these two groups, my YouTube thing and my friends in real life and my family and people in real life in general, as separate as possible. I know that this is not what a lot of people do. A lot of people on Booktube are watched by their family and friends and their coworkers, but I can't even imagine that. I would be always self-conscious and I wouldn't know how to even film videos. I would stop filming videos altogether, I think, because this is the thing that I do for me, and I don't want to second guess myself. I don't want to constantly think what other people are going to think about my opinions, about what I say, about how I look, about a lot of stuff. I don't want this extra level of judgment. I want to be able to tell people what I want them to know about me. I don't want them to know everything about me immediately. That's why I struggle a little bit with the idea of being a public person. When I was younger, I wanted to be an actress, and I even was in a lot of theater clubs when I was growing up. I loved it, but when the actual opportunity came up, I declined to go to a casting meeting because I realized that I don't want to be this public. I don't want people to know everything about me. I don't want them to gossip about me. I hate this part of being a public figure. And that's why after I realized that, I decided that I want to create something. I want to be an artist, but I want to be behind the curtain. And I think being an author is kind of like that, except we now force authors to be on Twitter, and then we drag and cancel them for every single thing that they say. It can be anything, literally anything these days. Like a few weeks ago, 𝕊𝕆ₙ𝕀𝔸𝕃 said that she doesn't like Slytherins, and people freaked out. This is so childish. I hope you realize how childish it is. It is just wow. I want to say I was shocked, but I wasn't. It's not like she drugged you for something real. Slytherin is a house in Harry Potter, a fictional novel, and you are getting your panties in a twist for this. Wow. Wow. I can't even. It was one of the dumbest book Twitter dramas that I've ever experienced. Anyway, the short answer to this question is that not a lot of people know about my YouTube channel, and people that know about it don't watch it, which makes me feel relaxed and at peace. And I hope to keep it that way. Anyway, that was me being vulnerable. I replied to a lot of questions that I didn't think I'll ever be discussing online, but I did that, and I'm kind of proud of myself, but not really yet. I'm not sure I'm going to post this, so in the comments down below, tell me if any of these things I've talked about you've experienced yourself, and you can also leave some questions you always want to ask me and I've never replied to them. I will try to be more open, but I cannot promise that. It might take some time and I might never reply to some of the questions because I'm just not comfortable with sharing. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you like this video, and I'll see you soon with another one. But until then,